Hello there, my name is Tom Sprallo and welcome to this emergency Bitcoin update. And yes, it is moving down currently, and that's why I just really decided to make this video update on my view and what's going on with how I am seeing the current situation, whether my long is still open or did I close it. And so this situation is very unpleasant and it's quite painful to watch the price going down. But nonetheless, really wanted to mention a few things that if you're in the long trade as well on Bitcoin, then I just wanted to share some insight and some thoughts on the current situation. So as always, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And let's see if we can get to 2,500 likes on this video. Would be amazing. And thanks to you guys and girls in my community. Love each single one of you. We are actually growing this channel and the subscribers are growing like crazy and our views are increasing as well, despite the fact that Bitcoin is not really doing that very much, and that situation in the world is very unfortunate. So thank you very much for all your support, and without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. So currently we are seeing this at this point small sell-off in Bitcoin, which again, as you might remember, I took my long trade in this area right here, so I do have a considerable loss right now in comparison to what I had in terms of my profit previously. But am I closing my trade at this point? And let me just first explain what is going on and how I'm seeing it, and then I'll tell you whether my trade is open or did I close it. So currently I wanted to show you a really interesting comparison. This is more for a long-term view between Bitcoin and S&P 500. So as you might remember, in this bear run, if you can call it a bear run, then Bitcoin was always following S&P 500, and whenever S&P 500 would drop 1%, Bitcoin would drop 3-4%. So this would have been, a very interesting correlation between them. But currently, especially in this latest area right here, where actually I believe that we might be turning really fast. So I did risk it and put in a super early, super risky trade. And as always, if you want to claim up to $4,800 in bonuses for your own trading over on Bybit, then my personalized exclusive link is down in the description. So, and that's why, I thought that I would put in a very risky trade. As I mentioned previously, that the safest one would be to trade a break of $46,000. But I decided to go in super early at around $43,000 and take the long trade up to 46 with the hopes that it's going to actually break 46 with everything that is going on with the volume that we are seeing, and with all the macroeconomics currently that are fueling Bitcoin prices, and also all the on-chain data. We are about to break sooner or later, so I was thinking that perhaps this would be an interesting moment to get into it and at least give it a try with a smaller trade of just about $200,000, and then if it would have been breaking, then potentially scaling it further. So basically in this instance, we can see again the comparison between S&P 500 and Bitcoin. We can see that we have this bottom wave in S&P 500, which correlates with this one right here, then this wave, which is again a top wave, which is lower than the top wave over here in S&P 500. As we can see, this top wave is lower in S&P 500 than the one before. However, in Bitcoin, this top wave is higher than this tiny one right here. So it's already, kind of a divergence, so to speak. And also, most importantly, we have this bottom wave in Bitcoin, which correlates with this bottom wave in S&P 500, which in S&P 500 is lower than the previous one, but in Bitcoin, it's higher than the previous one. So I know that this is not, world changing, etc. However, this still is quite bullish, because usually remember that crypto is deemed to be a much higher risk asset than, for example, index investing or stocks, whatever. So in this instance, when we're seeing technically and theoretically Bitcoin starting to deviate away from its traditional correlation, it could be deemed actually quite bullish. So this is very interesting that you have to actually see and understand that it's actually there. So now when it comes to the current situation, as I mentioned in the previous video, the big move was coming. As I tweeted on Twitter as well, follow me on Twitter, just a verified account, and I tweeted that the big move is coming, and usually these kinds of consolidations, especially after a strong move, are like an accumulation and actually are followed by a big move. And so in this instance, when, for example, we saw this move down right here, this powerful move down, and then we actually retested and went a bit higher and actually failed to break 42,300, which was a super important level, as you might remember, then I was actually feeling quite good, because it started to look, well, like a very similar pattern, just like we saw in this area right here, which you can even use it in a certain way and place. There you go, look at it. So this is, you know, a very similar situation, just like we saw in this area right here. So I wasn't really worried, but now I'm slowly starting to get worried, because now we came down to this diagonal level right here. We tested it, and now we are slowly in the smaller time frame. You can see that we are currently consolidating and potentially preparing to maybe attack it and try to break this resistance, because remember that this support in this instance, because remember that this support is coming from the daily chart, this super important one that was confirmed many times before, in this area right here, this area right here, then also this here, and now we are again, we broke really powerfully with a lot of volume here through it, but now we are testing it right here. So am I still in my long trade? And the answer is yes. But when I'm gonna be, you know, completely capitulating out of this long trade, and when is my risk and money management gonna kick me out? So remember, as I mentioned in previous video, that we have a lot of support, and this support failed. Now we have this support again, which we're potentially testing right now. And then last resort, which is just not as strong actually, but nonetheless, is 40,500 and the 40,000 itself. So for me, if we're gonna go down another $1,500 and go fast past $40,000 and stabilize below $40,000, so we're not going to get rejected powerfully from $40,000, then this is going to be the moment that probably I'm going to just call it a day on this trade, accept the loss and wait out for the next big opportunity. Because again, this is a big drawdown in comparison to, you know, my usual trades, but again, I just wanted to mention and stress that this was a big trade with a big stop loss in terms of the price action. So this trade has been intended with a take profit, which would have been at least around 54,000, 56, 58,000. So you had a bigger trade, so bigger stop loss, a bigger take profit. Again, and 3-to-1 ratio, at least this is proper risk and money management. But in this instance, you know, I'm really nervous. I really hate to see these kinds of drawdowns, especially when you're entering at around 43K and it going down to 41,500. It's painful, I know. And I'm this again, and I deserve a like on this video, because I'm showing you just the way it is. My real trades, no fluff, no BS, and showing you exactly how I'm seeing, what I'm thinking about it, and exactly what I'm going to be doing. Because right now I'm still in it, I'm still strong, even though I'm in pain, but I'm still in there. And again, yeah, if we go past 40K, then this is going to be very, very dangerous to keep it, because in that instance, we're going to be potentially retesting lower levels like 35, 34, 33, 30, whatever, you know. So it's going to be too painful to keep that kind of a trade, and it will, in terms of risk and money management, it just won't make any sense. So in this instance, still in there. And yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video, for me, I'm going out into the mountains today. I just want to relax, forget about everything, and just go off the grid. So thank you very much for watching. Stay smart, stay rich, like the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.